Hello guys, in this video we will learn how we will make a bootable pen drive using Rufus. Now for that we need to first download the Rufus. So I'm opening Firefox now. Wait for few seconds till it starts. Okay, I have Firefox started. Now I will search for Rufus. Right, and it's searching. Okay, we got Rufus. You can see here we have rufus.ie. This is the first link, which is the official one. So we'll just click on this, and you can see we have the create a bootable drives. It's that way easy. So we will download like we have a portable version and then the standard version, right? For Windows, yeah, so this PC is Windows 64 bit, and I will download the portable version because I don't want to install it in my C drive, right? Just okay, just close it, and it should be okay. It's downloading now. Okay, we'll wait for few seconds. Okay, it's really slow. I don't know why it's slow. Okay, it's downloaded. Just open the folder, and we have our Rufus here. Now let's talk about the ISO. That's we are going to just use it for this using this software. That is, I have downloaded already in my D drive. We have softwares and we have Mint 20 XFCE 64-bit, right? So let's go to downloads folder again and just start it. Double click it and it will start. So if it will ask for like a user account control permission, just permit it, and it will create a configuration setting file here. So while using this software, do not delete it, and after using you can just clear it up. So do you want to updates online? Okay, I don't want to check for update online. So here we have our basic Rufus, right? Now I have my pen drive in my hand. I will just plug it in. Okay, it appeared here. It's already having Ubuntu 20, but I want to just change it. So here we can see you have already made a Ubuntu 20, but I don't want to use it. So it's automatically detects my drive. Now I will have to select the ISO which I want to boot. I will just select and we'll go to my D drive and go to softwares, and here I will choose the Linux Mint and open. So you can see it's already started. So all the things will remain to default: BIOS or UEFI, and the mainboard record partitions, show advanced properties. You can just click on that, and here we have an option for persistence, right? This options is used to reserve a part of the USB that will be later utilized to save data on the live board. Means live when we'll run the Linux live, and this storage will be used to save some data. So as it is a 8 GB drive, I will just reserve 2 GB, which should be sufficient. And we have list of USB drive, old BIOS, add extra fixes for old BIOS, extra partitions, lines. Okay, and enable a runtime. Okay, we can just click it in this case, and we have old BIOS and something, and we have a volume label here, and it will remain be FAT32. I will let it remain FAT32, and cluster size should be 4 GB. Okay, and we have advanced media format like quick format, kit extended level icon, five icons. Okay, and we don't want to check it for bed blocks. Okay, we'll now start it. Okay, it says that detected as having contain UEFI bootloader that has been revoked, and it will reduce a security violation screen when secure boot is enabled on a fully UEFI systems. If you obtain the ISO image from a non-reputable source, you should consider possibly that might contain UEFI malware. Okay, okay, okay. So it's just saying that it will may produce that warning. Okay, and it's saying that syslinux, but the application only includes the installed for syslinux is for pre1. New versions are not compatible with the another and will okay. So it's saying that some files need to be downloaded from the internet, and I will just give in the permissions, and device is going to be destroyed. Okay, so deleting the partitions and it will process, right? So it's formatting and then start the process. So that's the basic process for which the Rufus application is used. It's formatting, it takes some time. I hope this video is helpful. I will just add another note if available. So it's not accessible, do not do anything, just close that window, right? It's automatically formatting and it will do everything for that pen drive. So do not do anything over pen drive while this process is running. Okay.